Hey guys, I'm Michael Allen for TravelCostaRicaNow.com. You do not have to be a resident in Costa Rica to have a bank account. Let me say that again. There is and never was a law stating that you had to be a resident in order to get a bank account here. So, you non-residents, you perpetual tourists, you're good, okay? Now, I'm not saying it can't be difficult, so we'll get to that in a minute. So I think I can tell you a few of the reasons you might think there is a law or the reason you think you can't do it. I think anybody that's been here for any length of time knows that if you walk into a bank and go to 6 different tellers, you're going to get 6 different answers, 6 different reasons, 6 different of everything. And there could be a lot of reasons for that as well. Maybe that particular bank, maybe the teller's new and they don't know the rules and regulations. Maybe they don't have a lot of in-service. Maybe they don't really have ongoing education, for their employees. Maybe they're having a bad day. Maybe your Spanish isn't very good and they didn't even understand what you said and they just said no. Or maybe they just thought, hey, here's a gringo, I'll tell him no and see what happens. Now, if you combine that with gringo social media like Facebook or the expat forums and stuff, you get a lot of misinformation, some rumors, some gossip, people telling stories. Oh, I had a friend that tried to get a bank account. It was a lot of horror stories on there, but it's not true. You can get a bank account not being a resident. Okay, so there's 4 government banks here: Banco Nacional, Banco Popular, Banco de Costa Rica, and the other one I actually can't think of right now. Now, those banks, the government banks, they're going to be a little bit more difficult. They're going to have a little bit more regulations, a little bit more hoops to jump through because they're government regulated. And the reason for that is there was a lot of money laundering problems here. So they're trying to fix those. And the other reason is the U.S. government actually puts pressure on them to regulate too because they're trying to get people who are trying to hide their money and that kind of thing. So that's the government banks. Now the private banks, you're going to get a little bit more leeway. Like for instance, one of the major private banks is Banca San Jose, BAC for short. They're gonna have a little less leeway, but again, choosing a bank, different folks have different needs, so it just depends on what your needs are, is what bank you're going to choose. So now, what do? So now that you know there's no really law, you can go in there. Your Spanish is going to have to be spot on, or you're gonna have to take somebody that knows really good English and really good Spanish that can translate. Now remember, now you know the law. Don't go to a teller. You shouldn't even be going to a teller. So go to somebody behind the desk. Go to assistant manager. Go to the manager. And remember, treat all banking employees, whether it's a security guard outside or anybody, like their family. Nice goes a very, very long way here, I'm telling you. Now, if all else fails and you still are getting a runaround or getting no answers, I have a lawyer that's got a 100% positive record on getting people their bank accounts that are non-residents. So if you hit me up and you're in that place, you can get a bank account. So just remember, you can get a bank account. It just might take you a minute. I'm Michael Allen, TravelCostaRicaNow.com. Peace, guys. Hope it helps.